This morning, more of the students and adults from the Channelview High Band are expected back here in the Houston area.
They're coming home after surviving that horrific bus crash that killed the driver in Alabama. They're returning even as federal investigators ramp up their look at what happened on I-10 just east of Mobile.
Our Janelle Fort is live at the crash site this morning with the very latest. Janelle.
Well, guys, I caught a plane as soon as this story broke, and when you stand here on the ravine where that bus crashed, there's only one way that I can describe it, and it's chilling to look down at that 50 feet that bus dropped. Now, it's incredible to think that only one person lost their life in this. Everyone said that it could have been much worse. So what's next? The NTSB, they have the bus. They're going to conduct the investigation. All of the students and adults on that bus, they'll be interviewed to figure out exactly what they saw leading into this crash. And then finally, the dozen or so victims who are still hospitalized, they will eventually be released and make their way back home to Texas. Now, as we said, one person did die. That person was the bus driver when it plummeted down into this 50-foot deep ravine about 24 hours ago. Authorities say there are no signs he slowed down before the wreck, suggesting he may have been unconscious. With 46 people on board, there were other injuries as well, including the Channelview High School band director, Aaron Allison. It took over 3 hours to pull everyone from the bus, and he was the last one rescued because he was trapped in the wreckage. Now, we did speak to one student on board. His name is Dwayne Benson, and he talked about the terrifying moments of that crash.
I woke up and the band director, who was not driving, he was at the front and he was screaming, "Harry, Harry, Harry." And then I felt bumps, and then I felt one huge bump, and then everything just went black.
Now, this is such a terrible way for a school spring break trip to end, coming from Disney World. But again, we're told students and staff who were on that bus will start heading home via car and plane later on today. And there will be counselors at Channelview High School on Monday when students return from spring break. Guys.
Janelle Fort live for us there near the crash site. Thank you so much. As the Channelview community processes the tragedy, dozens gathered last night to honor the driver who was killed and the students who were hurt. A local pastor greeted the band students aboard the second bus that made it safely back to the high school campus. We have live coverage from where that crash happened throughout the morning, and we'll post any updates online at KHOU.com.
Breaking this morning, acclaimed British scientist Stephen Hawking has died. Overnight, a spokesperson for Hawking's family said he passed away peacefully at his home in England. Diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease as a young man, he was confined to a wheelchair and spoke through a computer. But Hawking was living proof that people could overcome even the greatest obstacles. Hawking was 76 years old.
All right, it is 5:05 here on your Wednesday morning. It's time for your morning rush. Students across the country are expected to walk out of class today to protest gun violence. Today marks 1 month since the Florida high school shooting. Here in Texas, most students won't be participating due to spring break. 2 people were burned in a fiery wreck in Sienna Plantation yesterday. Fort Bend County deputies say that Jeep there flipped after a car pulled out right in front of it. The teenager accused of causing the wreck wasn't hurt and so far isn't facing any charges. Austin police are defending themselves after being accused of downplaying the first deadly package explosion. The police chief there says investigators believe the March 2nd bomb was related to a nearby drug bust. Monday, as we know, 2 more packages exploded, killing a teenager. Overnight, Democrat Connor Lamb declared victory in a crucial Pennsylvania congressional race. CBS News says the race is still too close to call. Political experts say the outcome could be a sign of what's to come in November's midterm elections. Well, as Houston rebuilds from Harvey, the Big Easy has some advice. Today, the mayor of New Orleans, Mitch Landrieu, shares lessons learned from Hurricane Katrina during a free event at Rice University. And that is your morning rush. Right now, I want to check in with Cheetah Craft, who's live from the rodeo. Gorgeous day. Cheetah.
It is a gorgeous day, Lisa. You are right about that. So I'm a little early for most rodeoers. I mean, by a little early, maybe 12, 13 hours. But this afternoon, let me tell you, this is going to be the spot to be. If you haven't been out, maybe tonight's your night. You know, One Republic is here, and you know they are going to rock the house. Okay, but this cornhole toss, this beanbag toss, this is what Sherry and I are going to be doing coming up here. Let's see, at 5, I believe it's about 5:15, 5:20, that type of time frame. So you'll have to see who wins. And then we have a tractor race. So that's going to be interesting. I don't even know all the details, but I'm excited. This morning it is beautiful. So if you're about to head outside, is it a normal work day for you? Temperatures are nice and cool. So grab the jacket on the way out the door. Temperatures in the 40s and the 50s. We do still have a north wind, so our winds are a little on the breezy side. That's all thanks to a cool front that passed through late last night. Temperatures as a result are feeling even cooler. Now let me take you out to Galveston. Because our winds are a little bit more breezy here on the island, wanted to show you a live look from Moody Gardens. Yes, temperatures are still chilly, and now our current winds across the area are sustained. So this morning, you'll notice winds around 5 to 15 miles per hour. However, gusts up to about 20 to 25. So once that little peak gust, especially out of the north, kicks in, you'll be feeling the difference. But as I said, One Republic at the rodeo this evening. You know it's going to be a packed house. If you don't know One Republic, come to the rodeo. There are a lot of people who do. Temperatures are going to be falling quickly back into the 60s, maybe even 50s, leaving the rodeo, leaving the NRG later this evening. So you definitely want that jacket tonight. By tomorrow, we stay about the same. So your 7-day forecast, temperatures in the low 70s today, low 70s tomorrow. As we head into the weekend, that's when we start to notice some of the conditions starting to change. So that rain chance starts to pop in for the upcoming weekend. And then next week, what's interesting is most models indicating we have a nice little warm up. So if you've been waiting for some of those 80s, mid 80s to return, okay, you just wait. They're going to be around the corner. So if I were you, enjoy grabbing a jacket this morning. You know that will quickly change. Darby Douglas, it is nice out here, even though I'm live at NRG. I know you've got your eye on the traffic world. How are we looking out there?
Oh, I do indeed, and I've been to that wine tent. That is a wonderful place to go during the rodeo. Awesome place, so enjoy yourself there. Just be careful. All right, out the door, pretty quiet for the most part. Looking to the southwest side. So if you travel the Southwest Freeway, Highway 90A, if you travel the West Park Tollway, we're looking at you. Virtual ride to the West Park Tollway and the Grand Parkway, and you can see no problems on the Grand Parkway. The ramp coming off the Grand Parkway to get on the West Park Tollway looks pretty quiet. And traffic going underneath the Grand Parkway is not a problem. So coming in from Fulshire, you should be a quiet ride. Take a look at our Houston TransStar shot. Southwest Freeway, Interstate 69 here at the 610 interchange. Wow, that's pretty quiet traffic. It's spring break though, so I do expect quiet traffic, and the rush hour should be light once again. Travel times look good. 29 minutes from Highway 36 in Rosenberg all the way into downtown. The West Park Toll, you saw it, looks good. 16 minutes Grand Parkway into the 69 interchange. And if you travel Highway 90A coming in from Missouri or Missouri City or Stafford, no problems getting to the medical center. Just 9 minutes from Gessner all the way into 610.